from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
20 years ago, I don't think it would have been an issue, okay? 20 years ago when I was growing up, going to high school, I never heard about a shooting ever in a school.
How far should a person go to ensure safety in today's world? Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Andrea has the evening off. A UND professor has been in the spotlight recently after she called police to report seeing a gunman on campus. Those gunmen were ROTC cadets. She was later condemned and asked to apologize. Given that event and concerns shared by many surrounding shootings across the country, we looked into the Fargo School District's policies for junior ROTC and if there's a sensitivity with students practicing with fake rifles. Valley News Team's Christine Stanwood has our story.
Order, arms!
Some call it inappropriate, unnecessary, even irresponsible, is what one North Dakota professor did, but these guys think differently.
It's a lot more fun than I was expecting. When I came through it in my freshman year, I was expecting a lot more stuff, a lot more push-ups.
Push-ups aside, Abram Budge, or Mr. Budge in junior ROTC, is drawn to this program.
Integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do.
Those three core values are taught in junior ROTC in the Fargo School District. With capped rifles carried and thrown, cadets practice their elaborate routines inside Fargo South Gym, usually starting at 6:30 in the morning. But in today's world, because the rifles are realistic looking, some measures had to be put in place.
Carrying a demonstration rifle out in public without it being in its case would probably cause people to be concerned.
A similar instance that happened last week in Grand Forks happened just a few years ago outside Fargo South when a parent saw cadets practicing with their rifles, so they called 911.
Which, if I was a parent, I'd probably do the same thing if I saw some kids out front of the school with rifles. You know, in hindsight being 2020, I'm going, we probably shouldn't be doing that.
A lesson learned for the Fargo Junior ROTC program.
We'll have them check them out, and they'll carry them in these kind of cases.
That's why Colonel Muse has placed strict rules on the replica rifles.
They can't carry it like a regular rifle around the school. They can't take it into the other schools. They can only take it from here to their personal vehicle and to home. Just because the perception when you carry this into a building, you know, people don't know it's a real rifle or a fake rifle.
All measures that are appropriate, necessary, and responsible. In Fargo, Christine Stanwood, Valley News Live.
Back at UND, the Student Senate passed a resolution Wednesday supporting ROTC. They're also requesting a public apology from the professor, saying she should be held to a high moral standard as an educator. A 40-year-old Fargo man has been arrested in connection with an early Tuesday morning shooting in Grand Forks. Otis Maxwell has been charged with attempted murder, robbery, and aggravated assault. He's accused of hitting David Gomez with a gun while robbing him and then shooting him in the upper body. Gomez has been released from Altru Hospital. Gomez was wounded early Tuesday when multiple gunshots were fired on the 1100 block of North 39th Street. Police say 3, maybe 4 men drove away from the scene, but they arrested Maxwell in less than 48 hours.
Any indication this was a drug deal gone bad or something like that?
That's still part of the open and active investigation, trying to figure out exactly what it was that caused this to go down.
These folks knew each other?
Yep, they were acquainted.
Lieutenant Johnson says there are 2 others, maybe 3, that were with Otis Maxwell at the time of the shooting. If you have any information, you're asked to contact police. What you see in our sky cam is a partly cloudy sky. What you don't see is what impacted the day for anyone who was outside, and that's the wind. Let's head over to Justin for a look at what tonight will be like. Justin?
And thank you, Mike, and good evening, everybody. Yeah, we saw some sun as we went through the day, and that did get us to near 40. Still cool for this time of year, but it was breezy out there, and that the breezy conditions will turn windy as we go through the overnight period. Wind advisory in effect from Fargo. Jamestown points north, and Roseau points off to the west. It's going into effect at 10 p.m. tonight and lasting through around daybreak tomorrow. Winds northwest 25 to 35. gusting to 50 miles per hour. And we are seeing some snow showers developing across the area, mainly from Jamestown up to Langdon and now getting into the Grand Forks area. Now that activity will continue to make its way south and off to the east over the next several hours. We'll see mostly cloudy skies as we go through this evening. Temperatures falling from the upper 30s back into the mid 30s with that chance of some rain or snow showers and turning windy as we go through later on tonight. So we're going to be up and down in terms of temperatures with a couple of moisture chances before we really warm up by this time next week. We'll give you the details in full weather.
Look forward to that. Thanks, Justin.
Yep.
A Nebraska man is alive today in large part because of a heart he received from a North Dakota teenager. The heart belongs to Levi Schultz, a Horace, North Dakota teenager who went to school in West Fargo. He died in 2012, but his death helped many lives. Today, Levi's mom got to hear her son's heartbeat for the first time in 4 years. It was always the hope of 62-year-old Terry Hooper to meet his donor's family. It was back in 2012 that Schultz was driving, got a flat tire, and was hit by a pickup truck. He was killed almost instantly. At the time, in Nebraska, Terry's heart, after years of problems, was giving out.
Oh my God.
Hey, how you doing?
It's so nice to meet you. You can't cry though, okay? Because then we won't get through this.
And 52 days later, I got young Levi's heart because of a tragic story. It's, I cry.
Touching. The heartbeat sound was recorded and a copy was given to the family. Terry wasn't Levi's only donation. He's donated most of his organs, skin, and eyes, in total helping close to 60 people. A local doctor's office struggling to care for the people fighting for our freedom. It's a story we first brought you earlier this month. The issue is something our senators are very well aware of. Today, national leaders held a town hall meeting in Fargo to find out what veterans are facing and how they're going to fix them now. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric talks with those who'd fought to keep us safe and senators to find out what's going to be done.
Anger, frustration, and pain.
I have a lower back problem that was a service-connected problem.
Veterans and providers say they're done with HealthNet, a third-party service contracted with the VA through federal legislation. The reason? It's not working.
They've changed the program in Fargo, made it more difficult for the vets here to get the services they need.
The effort it takes for us to get one veteran's care is more than what it takes for us to normally provide for 20 other patients.
And Senator Hoeven wants this problem fixed now.
You're hearing about situations where they're going through very difficult health conditions. They're having to wait, they have pain, they have difficulty, they're not getting the care because of this red tape, this bureaucracy, these compliance problems.
And Senator Heidi Heitkamp echoes that, also working to fix this problem.
I'm hearing huge amounts of concern and really complaints from our veterans, not about the VA system, but just about how this choice program isn't working for them.
I asked HealthNet's representative, Matthew Rouet, how they're going to fix these problems, even as proposed legislation somewhat removes them from the equation. I was referred this statement, saying they're working to, quote, eliminate the current backlog of provider claims and help ensure timely payment of claims going forward. It goes on to say how HealthNet is committed to working with veterans and the VA. In the meantime, top VA officials are in Fargo, and there will be a new pilot program implemented in the near future. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
To read HealthNet's statement in full, we've posted it online. Just visit valleynewslive.com and click on this story. North Dakota Republicans are gathering in Fargo for their statewide convention this weekend. It's going to be held at Shields Arena in Fargo. About 1,800 delegates are expected to attend the convention. 3 candidates are vying for the governor's endorsement. Saturday, Texas Senator Ted Cruz will speak, while retired neurosurgeon Dr. Ben Carson will address the delegates on Sunday. North Dakota will send 28 unbound delegates to the Republican National Convention in Cleveland in July. Our coverage begins with Valley News Live's Chris Berg speaking with former presidential candidate Carly Fiorina in minutes. That's going to happen on 6:30 Point of View. She will be at the convention tonight. Zandbro's in downtown Fargo served as the backdrop for U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp to announce that she wants to create a new policy for paid family and medical leave. About a dozen or so people listened to Senator Heitkamp and fellow Senator Kirsten Gillibrand talk about their proposal. The Family Act aims to support working families and small businesses who may otherwise have a hard time providing resources to their employees. When workers go on paid leave, it can save businesses time and money that would otherwise be spent on hiring new employees. An annual event is just getting underway that brings together a lot of people and raises money for a good cause. Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons joins us live with much more on the Relay for Life in North Fargo. Natalie?
Mike, I'm at the Spartan Dome in North Fargo where the multi-day Relay for Cancer Research is underway. Fargo North High students, staff, and cancer survivors are here raising pledges as they walk laps in the school's gymnasium. The Relay for Life kicked off at 6 this evening and will continue through 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Those participating can also make a donation to sponsor a Luminaria bag around the relay track in memory of a loved one who battled any type of cancer. All the proceeds raised from this event, as well as yesterday's Smash Out Cancer, where students were given sledgehammers and swung at cars with, those will be, the money raised will be donated to the American Cancer Society. In the Spartan Dome, Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
And look for more coverage on this event tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10. 8 seconds can be a long time if the bull or horse you're riding wants you off now. Details on the weekend rodeo in Fargo later on Valley News Live at 6.
Yeah, we saw a high of 40 today, well below the normal high of 46 degrees. We're going to be cool to start the weekend, then warm it up slightly. The details next.